Minasan konnichiwa, this is Tina and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the importance of cleansing your face properly. If that sounds like your thing, then please go ahead and channel登録しちゃってください。しちゃいなよ。Cleansing is literally one of the most important steps of our skincare routine. It removes any of that gunk we have on our skin, whether it is makeup, oil, dirt, and so on. It helps to keep our skin clear to prevent breakouts. And lastly, it also does help to kind of boost the efficacy of any of the skincare products that we're going to apply afterwards. Washing your face may seem super simple, but I still wanted to share with you guys my tips and tricks today. About 2 years ago, I think now, I did kind of like a double cleansing 101 video, but I still to this day get many questions from you guys saying like, how do I cleanse properly? How do I use an oil cleanser or a face wash? So I thought it was about time that I did a updated version. So, ow, that kind of hurt my arm. Let's get into it. We're first going to start off with cleansing in the morning. Huge tip that I want to give you guys is that you don't always have to wash your face with a cleanser in the morning. I started actively doing this probably about a year or so ago now, and honestly I feel like my skin has never been better, especially if you have dry or dehydrated skin. Just try skipping the cleanser. There are 2 ways to cleanse your face in the morning without actually washing it with a cleanser per se. The first way is to literally just rinse it with lukewarm water. This is my preferred way and how I have been washing my face for, as I said, about a year now. I literally just take some lukewarm water, splash it on my face and just rinse it off, and that is it. No need to add a product. Although depending on where you live, even just water can sometimes be drying, especially hard water, which I looked it up and it seems to be common in countries like England. I kind of got curious about this whole soft water, hard water thing, which I had heard in the past, and it turns out that Melbourne has the softest water in Australia, which is very, very nice. Essentially, softer water is gentler on your skin and harder water can be harsher and more drying. I remember when I lived in Florida, I could not stand the water there. I looked it up and it is much harder than the water here in Melbourne, and that's probably why my skin freaked out. So if you do feel like you are still feeling dry even with a water rinse, you can actually use something like a toner pad to cleanse in the morning. This can help avoid stripping your natural oils, and it is more than enough of a cleanse because let's be honest, you do not need a deep cleanse in the morning. A toner pad that I recently started using and I think would be perfect for a morning cleanse is the So Good Feel So Calm toner pad. If you guys don't know already, this one was produced by Sue Beauty, the YouTuber, which I'm a huge fan of as well, and they are literally just the softest toner pads I have ever used. So if you don't want any abrasiveness, if you really just want something to quickly wipe off that's going to be hydrating and also soothing to the skin, this one is perfect for that. And then if you want like a little extra something, another one that I have been using is the Goodal Green Tangerine Vita C toner pad. This one does have vitamin C in it, so it's going to help brighten and even out that skin tone as well. Or you can always use your favorite toner on a cotton pad and just wipe off too. If you have oily skin and you wake up feeling gross and you're just oily and shiny, then please go ahead and use a cleanser. That is totally fine. I would still recommend using a gentle one and avoiding anything with actives like chemical exfoliants. Just keep it simple in the morning and you can keep those for the PM routine. Now let's talk about how you should cleanse at night time. So yes, here we are. Here is the double cleanse, and I definitely recommend it for most people. If you wear makeup, if you wear waterproof sunscreen, if you reapply sunscreen multiple times, you should be double cleansing. So I think that is most people. First things first, we're going to wash our hands. I feel like some people forget this, and it's something that is easy to forget, but what is the point of trying to clean our face if our hands are gunky and dirty to begin with? So make sure you do wash your hands before we start on the cleanse. Next, grab your favorite oil cleanser. It can be an oil, balm, cream, gel. There's so many different types out there, but grab one that you like and you know that works for you. Although a tip I have on that is to use something a little bit more gentle on the days that you're not wearing makeup. So for example, if I'm at home all day and only wore sunscreen, didn't wear any makeup at all, I would go for something like the Sioris Cleanse Me Softly Milk Cleanser. Typically speaking, oils and balm cleansers, they have amazing cleansing power. So they're going to remove that makeup quicker, more efficiently, although it can be a little bit stripping to the skin or a little bit harsh to the skin if you don't need it. If I'm wearing a full face of makeup, yes, I'm going to grab that oil cleanser, but if I'm not, I'm going to get something a little bit more gentle that's going to be a bit nicer on the skin and not as stripping. Once you've grabbed your cleanser, massage it onto dry skin. Now this is important. Most cleansers do need to be applied on dry skin to have its full effects and full cleansing power. If you try to apply it to wet skin, often it will emulsify or it'll just break down the oil and you can't actually get it to do its job and remove that makeup. So make sure you apply it on dry skin and kind of just massage it in until your makeup feels like it's fairly well broken down. Next, we're going to add a little bit of water to emulsify the cleanser, which means it is going to turn a little bit milky and feel a little bit loose under your fingers. And then we're going to further massage it to make sure everything is really well broken down. After it feels like your makeup is well and truly off, rinse it off with, again, lukewarm water. It always should be lukewarm. If it's too hot, it can be drying to the skin. And if it's too cold, it might not actually remove the cleanser properly. Another tip I have here is if you are wearing very stubborn waterproof makeup, use a eye and lip makeup remover before you go in with your oil cleanser, something like the Skinfood Milkshake Point Makeup Remover. This will make it a lot easier for you to remove the rest of your makeup and not have to spend too much time rubbing your eyes and sensitizing them. Now that we have finished with our oil-based cleanser, we're going to move on to our water-based cleanser, which, as the name suggests, a water-based cleanser does help to remove water-based impurities like sweat, dirt, and this will also help to remove any residue of our first cleanser as well. Once again, there are so many different types of cleansers, but you can choose depending on your skin type. If you have oilier skin, I would recommend going for a nice foaming cleanser that's going to help remove any of that excess oil, something like the Roundlab Dokdo cleanser. If you have acne-prone skin and tend to get breakouts often, you can get something that includes a gentle exfoliant like the by Wishtrend Acid Duo 2% Mild Gel Cleanser. This one has LHA and PHA, so really gentle exfoliants, but it is going to help cleanse your skin and kind of get rid of any of that dead skin cells that don't need to be there that might cause breakouts. For every other skin type like dehydrated, dry, sensitive, you're good with just going with like a basic gentle cleanser. The Klairs Rich Moist Foaming Cleanser is like very basic but very soothing and nourishing and good for even sensitive skin. While your face and hands are wet, you're going to grab some cleanser, and if it has any sort of foaming properties at all, make sure you foam it in your hands first. You don't actually want to foam it on your face because it's going to cause unnecessary stress on your skin. A tip I have for foaming your cleanser: if you find it hard to foam up your cleanser, there's always different ways to go about it. First, the easiest way is to just get a self-foaming one. Once again, this is the Klairs one, but this one foams by itself, so you don't even have to worry about like working it at all. Or you can get yourself a foaming gadget like these ones that I have mentioned many times on my channel. This one is a foaming net where you just apply a cleanser, foam it up, simple as that. Or you can get even these foaming containers. This one was from Daiso and I think it was called but they do sell it at Daiso as well as other beauty stores online like YesStyle, but you can put a bit of cleanser and water in there and actually just pump it to make a nice foam as well. Now once your foam is ready, massage gently onto your skin. Gently is definitely the key here. You do not need to apply that much pressure. If you find it hard to kind of control your pressure, you don't have to actually use your whole palms to cleanse. You can just use a couple of fingers to make sure that you're not applying too much pressure. I also recommend to try to cleanse the oilier areas first, so usually your T-zone, so the cleanser's touching those areas the most or for the longest time compared to the drier areas like your cheeks. I believe the general rule of cleansing time should be about 45 to 60 seconds. If it's too short, it doesn't actually allow enough time for the cleanser to do its job, and if it's too long, then you can over cleanse and actually dry out your skin. Take your time, get in all the nooks and crannies, like especially around your nose where it tends to get get built up, this chin area, and also your hairline. Don't forget that. A lot of people can tend to break out along your hairline if you don't cleanse that area properly as well. And lastly, rinse off once again with lukewarm water and pat dry. Another tip I have is to make sure you have a separate towel for your face. You shouldn't be using the same towel that you use on your body or your hands on your face because you don't want to cross-contaminate those germs. So make sure you regularly change the towel and use it just for your face. You also actually don't need to completely dry off your face as well. Sometimes I will honestly just let it be and let it air dry because skincare products are actually going to work better and absorb better on slightly damp skin. And that is it. Was that too in-depth? I don't know, but cleansing really is important and it does create that foundation for all of our other products to work effectively. Also, everyone's skin is different, so there might be kind of different processes or tweaks to this routine depending on your skin, but this is personally the routine that I've been doing for a really long time now and it has worked the best for me. Do you have any other tips for cleansing? If you do, please leave it in a comment below so we can share all of our tips and tricks and get amazing glowing skin together. Am I right? Hope you enjoyed it, and if you want to see any other videos on my channel, I've picked out a few for you guys here if you do want to check that out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye! Mwah.